Do you need cash buyers right now for your wholesale deals? In this video, I'm gonna show you how to find cash buyers online and for free without having to use any software or even having to pay a cent in skip tracing. First off, I'm gonna explain exactly what cash buyers are so you're not left in the dark, because after training thousands of wholesalers and flippers to actually get started in real estate, everyone has a little bit of a different idea of what cash buyers actually are. And then I'll get into exactly how to find cash buyers online for free without having to leave the comfort of your home. So let's dive right in. So what is a cash buyer? A cash buyer is a real estate investor who's typically a fix and flipper, meaning they're looking to buy single family houses in their fix and flip business, where they want to buy those houses, renovate them, and resell them for a nice profit. Now, cash buyers are the people and the companies that we want to wholesale deals to. Now, there are also buy and hold investors that buy single family houses as rental properties, and they can be your cash buyers as well, but we usually like to work with cash buyers that are fix and flippers because they typically want to buy multiple houses to flip per month, and sometimes even up to 10 houses per month. So this means if you're a wholesaler and you find 3 to 10 wholesale deals per month, then one cash buyer can potentially buy all of your wholesale deals if they're looking to buy those many deals and fix and flip those many deals on a monthly average. Now, the downside with some buy and hold investors is that they may not be able to buy as many deals as a cash buyer who fixes and flips, right? So buy and hold investors may buy one house every 12 to 14 months, and we want those cash buyers who are buying 3 to 10 deals per month, right? So once again, these people are typically fix and flippers. They want volume, and you want to bring them deals. They need to fix and flip these deals to put food on the plate for their employees, for their family, and keep their business moving. Now I want to cover, what do cash buyers look like? Because there are a lot of people that envision a cash buyer as some elusive thing that isn't even human, believe it or not. So cash buyers are actually real people, and a cash buyer can be a single person and or a company. You can have a cash buyer who is a one-man operation that doesn't really have any employees at all, but they enjoy fixing and flipping. And this can be someone you have direct contact with, and they can contract all the repair work out on the properties to contractors so that they can focus solely on running their fix and flip business. Now, in this situation, you have direct contact with that one-person operation. Then you can usually get decisions made quickly, whether they want to buy a wholesale deal from you that you send them. So you can deal with a one-person show, and then you can also deal with an actual company that has multiple employees, partners, and other team members. But what you have to do is actually look past the company, all right? So there are other people on the other sides of these companies. There are CEOs, VPs, acquisition managers in charge of acquiring fix and flip deals for these companies, and you want to talk to the person who's actually in charge of acquiring these deals. So you don't want to talk to an assistant, and you don't want to deal with anyone who isn't capable of making a decision for the company. So we're always looking to work and speak with decision makers so that we can run an efficient wholesaling operation with no roadblocks. Now, you may have to work your way up in that relationship with these companies, but I just want to share this with you so that if you're dealing with a company, you're still dealing with the people behind the company. So cash buyers, once again, can either be a single person or an actual company. Now I want to talk about how you should look at cash buyers, how you should think about cash buyers. And this is so important because so many amateurs do not think about cash buyers the right way. So when you think about cash buyers this way as financing partners, you start to build long-term beneficial relationships with your cash buyers, because now you want them to profit on this deal. You want them to make a nice profit when they fix and flip it so that they come back to you and they're chomping at the bit for the next deal. They're letting you know, when's this next deal coming? Hey, I want to pay you 5, 10, 15, 20 grand, whatever's fair in this deal. And you want them reaching back out to you over and over and over again, and this is how you build a mutually beneficial relationship with them. So look at them as partners on your deals. They'll be bringing the financing to those deals, and you can then have these relationships flourish in the future, maybe even have partnerships, actual real partnerships with them. So look at developing a relationship with them, wanting them to win, wanting them to succeed, showing up for them, responding quickly to them, and a lot of the times they will reciprocate and you'll grow a great relationship. So don't just look at them as a faceless cash buyer that you never know, that you never develop a relationship with. They're much more than that. They're your financing partners, and they're real people, so if you understand this, you will succeed. Now, what makes great cash buyers? Great cash buyers have experience buying houses, fixing them, and reselling them. And the best cash buyers are usually intermediate to advanced real estate investors. So what's that mean? Usually intermediate means they're doing at least a couple deals a month, maybe up to 10 fix and flip deals per month, and they're buying them, fixing them, and reselling them. See, we don't want to deal with the newcomers who have never done a deal, who watch one fix and flip TV show, and now they say they're a fix and flipper and that they'll buy your house, but they don't have the cash and they're not able to make decisions quickly because they don't even know how to properly analyze a deal. And it just brings up a whole firestorm of problems when you deal with those newcomer cash buyers. So a great cash buyer has the ability to make decisions quickly. They can give you an answer whether they can buy your wholesale deals within a few hours or maybe up to 72 hours. And you want to be dealing with the decision maker once again on these deals. So not an assistant, not someone who doesn't have the authority to say yes or no to a deal. You want to deal with that decision maker. And if you have a cash buyer that's able to give you that yes or no, and they're the authority on the deal, then that's what makes a great cash buyer. So be sure to make that distinction. You're actually talking to a decision maker. And so that's why in point number 1, we want to deal with intermediate and advanced investors buying a lot of deals, because then you greatly increase your odds. You greatly increase your chances of you being able to wholesale multiple houses per month. So we want those cash buyers that have the capacity to not only buy these deals and fix and flip and renovate them, but to buy a lot of these deals per month at a time. Now, what makes a great cash buyer as well is one that's local to your market and that you're wholesaling in. We don't want to deal with a national cash buyer that doesn't really know a lot about your market. The best cash buyers are going to be the ones that are local, actually doing deals in the market you're in. So I deal with people all over the nation that want to get into wholesaling real estate and that are wholesaling real estate. And some people think that a cash buyer who's maybe located in Austin, Texas is the same as a cash buyer who's located in San Diego, California, but they're not. See, if I wanted to wholesale a deal in San Diego, then I need to find a cash buyer in San Diego who's local and actually doing deals. I wouldn't want someone who's in Austin, Texas, or a different state that's a cash buyer. That doesn't help us at all. And so you always want to find a local, sophisticated buyer in your market, and that's going to be the best buyer for you. So remember, local buyers are key. The other thing that makes a great cash buyer is one that has solid communication skills. And not every cash buyer has the best communication skills, but we want someone that will hopefully pick up your phone calls, someone that will respond to your calls, someone that will respond to your texts and your emails and give you feedback on your deals, whether they work or not. Communication moves the needle forward, and communication will allow you to get feedback on whether a deal works for you or if it doesn't. So if someone says, yeah, I want the property, meet me here, meet me at the property at this time, I'll be there, I'll give you a check, we'll be able to make it happen, and then they don't show up or they leave you hanging, then this is very annoying, and these are the types of people that we don't want to work with. And that's not what makes a great cash buyer at all. So we want people that are trustworthy and that will do what they say they're going to do. And so those are a lot of things that make great cash buyers. Now let's get into how to find cash buyers for wholesaling for free using our online skills. And this is something at our company, Real Estate Skills, we've coined as the Craigslist Trick. And what this Craigslist Trick, is that we're able to find active cash buyers today on Craigslist, which is an online website that has classified advertisements. And these advertisements talk about houses for sale, houses for rent, jobs. There's other items for sale and services and discussion forums, but on this site, we're going to use it for housing and to find these cash buyers. And you'll be able to find these potential cash buyers you can work with in your state, in your county, and in your city to buy your wholesale deals in just a few minutes using this. So why is Craigslist important for us as real estate wholesalers? First off, it's a free website where you're able to find cash buyers, and I think we all like finding cash buyers for free. And what these cash buyers actually do on Craigslist is post classified ads announcing that they want to buy houses for cash. So what I'm going to teach you to do in this video is to go on there and search for specific keywords that allows these cash buyers to pop up and we see their ads. And then from there, you're able to contact these cash buyers through phone or email. And the great thing in this video, I'm going to cover the script to use for that and then also the phone script to talk to these cash buyers that we've been using for over a decade. So stick around, we'll cover that right in this video. Now we're going to get into how to find cash buyers online and for free using the Craigslist Trick. So first off, what we want to do is go to Craigslist.com. Now, once you're there at Craigslist.com, it will reroute to Craigslist.org, and it will sometimes know the city you're in already. So as you can see, it rerouted me to San Diego. But let's say I wanted to find these cash buyers immediately right now in a different city, a different state, or a different county. What you want to do in the top left, if it doesn't take you there, first off, is to click Craigslist. Now from there, you're going to see all of the states in the United States. And let's say that I needed a cash buyer today right now in Nashville, Tennessee. Let's go down to Nashville, Tennessee. You're going to go down and find the state that you need to be in. Here we go. There's Tennessee. And then click on your city or county. So let's go to Nashville. Now, what some people do wrong when trying to find cash buyers is they'll go to this housing section and click one of these subcategories like apartments or housing swap to try and find cash buyers. That's not what we want to do. What we want to do is go ahead and click housing right here at the top. This is going to include all of the subcategories on Craigslist, and this is exactly what we want. Because now that we're on this page, you're going to see it's an aggregate of all the listings, but we want to get specific. We want to use the Craigslist trick to be able to find these cash buyers. And so now what we want to do is type in a keyword that is going to be in a cash buyer's classified ad on Craigslist. Let's do that right now. So one of my favorite keywords and phrases to type in is "we buy houses." So let's go ahead and type that in. And what we're going to find are potential cash buyers in our area creating Craigslist ads of where they want to buy houses for cash. And so we typed in "we buy houses," and let's go to this first one right here that was posted not too long ago. And it says, "I buy houses cash, any condition in Nashville, Knoxville, Pigeon Forge, Chattanooga." And it says, "Text me anytime on my cell. I also purchase lots. Call me anytime. I can close quickly and cover the closing costs too." So right now, in about 1 minute, we found a potential cash buyer in Nashville and the surrounding areas using this Craigslist trick. Now, let's say we wanted to reach out to this specific person. What we want to do in the top left is click reply. And what you're going to see here, sometimes it shows the name of the person, the email, and their phone number. So right here, we have the contact name of the person. Their name is Jesse. And here's their email where you can contact them. Now, as you're going to see, it's actually a masked email. And they do this, Craigslist does this to prevent spam, but all you need to do is copy this email and then put it in your reply or your to section in your email provider like Gmail, Yahoo, AOL, whatever it is. So what we're going to do is we're going to email these cash buyers. If we don't have their phone number, we're going to email them so that we can get them to reach back out to us. And once again, the key words that you can actually type into Craigslist to find them, I've included more than just "we buy houses" right in here. And I also include our email outreach template and our phone script to talk to these cash buyers, get their buying criteria, so you can find the exact deals that they want so that they pay you the largest wholesale fees possible. All right, now also in here, as you can see, it says call. You can find the person's phone number, give them a call right now today, and that's what we really want, right? If there's just an email and no phone number, then we need to email them to get their phone number, to have them call us. If you already have their phone number, guess what? Don't slow yourself down. A phone call is better than an email. So now you can go ahead and give them a call exactly, and we'll cover that script so that you know exactly what to say to them. Now, I'm not just interested in finding one cash buyer, right? Because you need more than just one cash buyer. Let's say this cash buyer is out of town, they're busy, they're on vacation, they have too many projects. So we need to find multiple cash buyers. So let me go back to all the listings that came up when we typed in "we buy houses." So let's look at this other one, cash buyer seeking 2 to 3 houses. And now we could see here, hey, we're a motivated couple looking to buy homes for cash in Nashville and Memphis. So if you're considering selling your property, we're interested. All right, some other information, and it says ask for Rob. So if you click here where it says show contact info, you'll be able to find their phone number, and then also you can email them too. So I always like to email and call if we have their phone number. If you just have their email, just give them an email. I like phone calls, texting, anything you can do, any type of medium to get in front of them, the higher likelihood a cash buyer is going to get back to you on, or quickly for your deal. All right, let's look at this other one. This is a funny one, cash reward, dead or alive. All right, so here's an actual company. And what's cool here, some companies, some cash buyer companies are going to provide a website. So you can go their website now, if you type that in, and there may be additional contact forms. So let's say you email them, you call them, you're not getting through to them. Go ahead, go to their website, look at their website, fill out their contact form. So let's go to their website right now. Okay, they're BBB accredited. And there's more information on here. You can read about them. You can see if there's example properties that they've already worked on, learn more about them. And here are their social media accounts. You can go to their social media accounts, start to follow them, and get engaged with them. So there we go. So right now, in a few minutes time, we found 3 potential cash buyers. So if you wanted to find all the cash buyers in Nashville on Craigslist using the Craigslist trick, just keep going down, and then use the additional keywords and phrases that are in our download and freebie as well to find more that slip through the cracks. Now, I don't just want to show you Nashville. Let's just say I need a deal in a big state like Texas, or I had a deal in Texas and I need cash buyers now to sell it to. Let's go to Dallas, all right? So I can quickly show you how to find cash buyers really in any city, in any county, any state here. So once I clicked Dallas, Now I want to click housing once again, include all the categories, and we'll use my favorite search term again, we buy houses, and let's give it a run through. So, okay, the first one right here, it says we buy houses today, fast cash. There we go. Get cash with no hassle for your house. When you call us, we'll get you an offer in 24 hours or less. You can reach us. So there's our phone number right there on the ad. We click reply in the top left. Let's see what we get. We have a name of the person, great, Claudia, and then their email once again. And let's go to some other ones. So here looks like a nice family. It looks like they have multiple ads, says we buy houses right here. Hey, we have cash, we'd like to invest in a fixer upper. Call me if you have a house if you'd like to sell. All right, perfect. That's exactly what we want. They're in the Fort Worth area, which is a part of Dallas. DFW is what they call it. So there you go, there's another one. And let's see what else we can find quickly. All right, so this looks like a good ad. Do any of these situations sound familiar? Vacant house, repairs needed, fire damage, mold damage, divorce, right? All of these things. I'm prepared to buy your house as is and will pay you all cash, right? That's exactly what we're looking for. And now you can click reply, go ahead, outreach to them, Elijah. So we just found a few cash buyers, once again, in a completely different state than Nashville, in a completely different city than Nashville. And now we can go ahead and use this for anywhere that you need to find cash buyer. So go ahead, give this a try. And now what I want to do is the next step of this particular process. I want to walk you through the email outreach template so that anyone you find, if they don't provide a phone number, anyone you find, any potential cash buyer, you're going to be able to email outreach to them with the highest likelihood of them getting back to you and being able to add this cash buyer to your cash buyers list. All right, now let's cover the Craigslist Trick email outreach template so you can outreach to these cash buyers and add them to your cash buyers list so you can wholesale them deals. So here it is. Hi there, hope you're having a wonderful day. I saw your ad on Craigslist regarding that you buy houses in Nashville. So right there, enter the city name you're looking at. I have access to properties below market value, and I'm wondering if you're open to purchasing any of these properties I have for cash. Also, I'd love to know your buying criteria, i.e. what kinds of properties you're looking for and where you like to buy, so that I can bring you the exact properties you're looking for. Are you open to having a quick chat, 5 to 15 minutes this week to discuss? Please feel free to give me a ring at your phone number or shoot me an email back at your email address. Looking forward to potentially doing business together. Best regards. And then in the signature, put your name, put your phone number, and put your email once again. And it's very important in here. See, what we're doing is we're giving them a phone number and an email, 2 ways to contact us back. And when there isn't an actual legitimate email on Craigslist, right? We hit reply on Craigslist, remember that mask email? It's gonna send it to their email, but you're not gonna know, and they're not gonna know what your exact email address is. So when we send this initial message with your phone number or email to them, we're giving them 2 ways, once again, to actually reach out back to you without a masked email address. So very important. We've done this before and want to give you the highest likelihood of success in getting in contact with these cash buyers. Now, the main goal of this email outreach template that I want you to understand, it's not just to email back and forth and to be pen pals, right? What we wanna do is actually get them on the phone. That's where we're gonna develop a relationship with them, and we're gonna actually discover their buying criteria, right? So what do we say once we're on the phone? Because that's pretty darn important. You'd say, hey there, hope you're having a wonderful day. This is Alex with ABC Homes, and I saw your ad on Craigslist regarding that you buy houses in Nashville. That was your ad on Craigslist, right? Awesome, well, I'm actually calling because I have access to properties below market value and just want to confirm that you're still open to buying properties at this time. All right, great. Also, I'd love to know your buying criteria, such as what kinds of properties you're looking for and where you like to buy. This way I can bring you the exact properties you're looking for. Do you have 5 to 15 minutes to chat right now about that? Great, well, first off, all right, now we want to go into asking them questions about their buying criteria. Now, lucky for you, I actually made a whole nother video on how to talk to cash buyers. We'll put that right here in the description, and it will cover all the questions and the actual script to then go through all of those in-depth questions to get their buying criteria. So be sure to check that out. Now back to here, right? Once you ask them all those questions and you've checked out that video, now we can wrap up the call. And here's how we want to wrap it up. So what we say is, all right, got it all. Now I'll go ahead and definitely keep all of your buying criteria at hand. Now, the next time you hear from me, I'll be reaching out with a deal that fits your criteria. And you can be sure that I won't waste any of your time because I'll only bring you deals that actually fit your criteria. Sound good? Great, and just to be transparent, I'm investing my own time, money, and effort in order to find these deals for you. So all that I ask is that when I bring you a deal, can you please respond back to me as promptly as you can? Just because these deals go quickly within a day or two, so I don't want you to miss out on a great deal. Sound good? Okay, great. Thank you for your time. It was great meeting you, and I look forward to doing business with you soon. And that's how we wrap up the call. And what we did there was we got their full buying criteria. We established a relationship with them. We took the server approach, right? I'm not saying, hey, I want you to pay me money. I want you to, buy this deal in 72 hours. What we're doing is we're establishing a relationship and saying, hey, I want to find the exact properties that you want to make your life easier. That's essentially what we're doing. And a cash buyer who's busy, remember, it could be a one-man operation or a company. You could be talking to a CEO or a VP or acquisitions manager or a one-man operation, who's probably got a lot going on. So if you make their life easy and you ask them exactly what they want and you're telling them you're going to bring them exactly what they want down the road, they're going to be that much more likely to want to work with you and pick up your phone calls because they know you're not going to be wasting their time. In here as well, you've also made it pretty clear you're investing your time, your money, and you want them to respond back to you quickly. You're telling them that is a value that you appreciate. And what I talked about before in this video, what makes a great cash buyer is one who is communicative. So we're actually helping this person out and telling them about a value that we want them to exemplify moving forward, right? So we're setting up the stage for a sturdy relationship and for a cash buyer that's going to be responding promptly to us. So that's how we find cash buyers online for free using the Craigslist trick. And I put everything into this resource for you. So the script, the email outreach template, also the step-by-step guides, even the link to the other YouTube video on how to talk to cash buyers, exactly those questions you want to ask them, it's all in here. So just go to realestateskills.com/Craigslist and we'll put all those other things we mentioned, the video and the link to this in the description too. So we covered a lot today. We covered what is a cash buyer, so typically a fix and flipper that's doing multiple deals per month, and what makes a great cash buyer. Someone doing a lot of deals, someone that's communicative, someone that's trustworthy, does what they say they're going to do, and has that experience, right? Those are all things that we're looking for. And we also talked about what do cash buyers look like, right? They're not some elusive, esoteric thing. They're actual real people, either a one-man operation, run the whole show, or a company with multiple employees, right? CEOs, VPs, directors, acquisitions managers, assistants. And we now know that you want to talk to a decision maker, right? Someone that can say yes or no for a deal, so there's no roadblocks for your business. And then we covered how to look at cash buyers as financing partners, right? They may not be in the same company or entity as us, but we are partners in business. We want each other to succeed. And when you have that vision, when you see that, and you see them as financing partners, because they actually bring the financing to these deals that need to be bought, well, then we're gonna be able to have a mutually beneficial relationship. You're gonna want to see them win in their business and get nice fix and flip deals that have a nice profit. They're gonna want you to win, right? They wanna pay you wholesale fees, so you keep bringing them deal after deal after deal. Right? They'd be smart to pay you a lot of money. And those are the types of cash buyers that we want to be working with. Lastly, we went in depth exactly how to find cash buyers online for free using the Craigslist trick. So, a lot of people are going to tell you how to use softwares or skip trace or send direct mail to find cash buyers. And I like efficiency and I like effectiveness. And so that's something I wanted to share with the Real Estate Skills community. So if you like what you learned in this video, hit the like button, subscribe, and hit that notification bell because we're going to be coming out with more in-depth videos just like this one that are going to help you have an awesome wholesaling and flipping business. So this is Alex Martinez with Real Estate Skills. I'll see you soon.